You can follow the show on Twitter at First and Goal Pod. Follow the guys at UPJ33, at Steak and Cheese, and at Dillon Busby1. Email the show, firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com, with all your football and Packer questions and comments, and you just might end up making the show live. That's First and Goal Podcast at yahoo.com.
First and goal. Receiver to the right, Jimmy Graham. Rodgers, quick toss in the flat, left side. Got his man for the end zone and a touchdown.
I've been grinding so long, been trying this shit for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now.
And welcome everybody to another live edition of First and Goal with me, your founder and producer, Jay in the UP. And as always, we are joined with your host with the most down in Georgia. It's Dave.
What's going on, y'all? I am ready for freaking fantasy files tonight.
And it's Tuesday, so that means the fantasy wizard himself, Mr. Agent Busby.
First of all, how dare you call me a fantasy loser when you know darn well I whipped your butt in fantasy this week, sir.
Did I say fantasy? I said fantasy wizard, dude.
Yeah, he definitely said wizard.
Well, guess what?
Like, I just got yelled at for no reason. Are you?
It's for sending that quack trade.
I'm coming in hot. And I'm feeling good.
The beer, and because I truly am hot, it is 14 degrees outside and 5 inches of snow, and 87 degrees inside and no snow in the Packer den.
First and goalers, we finally had the matchup everyone was waiting for, the producer versus the fantasy guru, and it was a battle of juggernauts. You know, Jay, you came in with a solid team, great matchups.
Wait a second here. Jay was at church and realized his gut feeling was to sit Aaron Jones and start Montgomery and play Curtis Samuel. And I got home at 1:05 and could not change my that. And guess what? 41 points on my bench, and I lost this matchup by 14.3 points.
There you have it, folks. He lost because he had a gut feeling to sit Aaron Jones. You know, it happens to everyone.
Samuel. Tyrell Williams, I was going to take Tyrell Williams out, which, look, and I blame this on my old stupid-ass computer, because if my old stupid-ass computer wouldn't have overheated on Sunday morning and shut down on us during Fantasy Files, I would have gotten to the section of questioning where I picked your brain, whether you liked it or not, to get the correct answers, and would have made the requisite changes instead of sitting at church and having this realization in the middle of the sermon that I needed to do this.
You're telling me you have to ask the guy that whooped your butt in fantasy for questions on fantasy?
You know?
I've been doing this all season. Hello. Why do you think I have
singular matchup?
Backstage? Look, I ask him questions all the time, and he doesn't even know if they're for me.
Maybe you should have asked him about that trade you sent me.
Oh, I saw it on Twitter. Trust me.
I know.
188 votes. 68% said, hell no.
You know, I'm going to tell you like I told them and I told you earlier. I don't give a fuck what they think on fucking Twitter about my trades. Like,
okay,
and guess what, Dave?
Fantasy Files guy.
Guess what, Dave? I also think it's weak as hell. You can't argue for yourself and get your
I just
ass
wanted to
and
see what
send a
people
trade
thought.
back. You just got to go to Twitter, put all your business out there for the whole world to know. And, like, I give a shit what they
You
think.
wanted filet mignon, and you sent me a bag of Fritos.
I want to know what GM has ever called another GM and said, dude, I'll give you my franchise quarterback. What will we give you
I
in
never said I
return?
wanted a franchise
They
quarterback.
always are like, dude, you know what? You give me your starting running back. I'll send you a 6 and this middle linebacker. And then the guy laughs, hangs up the phone. Guy calls back, and he says, all right, well, I'll give you this. And then he goes, all right, that's a little closer, but this is what I'm really thinking. Now, Dave's problem is he takes his big 6'3" ass and runs to Twitter, won't ever send you back a trade, and then bitches every week. I don't have a running back. I don't have a running back. I don't have a running back.
running backs now. Devin Singletary's finally getting the starting steps.
I looked at your running backs, pal. You want to talk about Montgomery being inconsistent. None of them have even put up the points that Montgomery has at
Because
this point.
Singletary finally got the start 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
Montgomery's had the start the whole season, and he finally produced 2 weeks ago.
And everybody told you to get him early. Oh, you know what they said? Why did I trade for him when I traded for him? And I haven't played him. Why? Because he was a guy to get and stash for the end of the season playoff time because he has favorable run defense matchups. And they also figured it was going to take them a while to figure out Mitch Trubisky couldn't be the answer, and they're going to have to run the ball. And that's what they're doing.
Ew.
But your problem is that makes me irritated is you just want to bitch about the trade offers. You don't actually want to engage in trade talks. You just want to bitch about the trade offers. That is very unprofessional.
But how can I counter to that? You obviously think that you don't need to send anyone valuable.
Oh, I've sent other people valuable trades.
Exactly. Other people.
Because they don't bitch at me and they might laugh, but they'll at least engage in trade talks. You just, it's like, why would I want to send you anything decent when you're probably just going to bitch at me about it?
No, if you send me decent, I'll do it. But if you send me a bag of Fritos from filet mignon, it ain't going to happen.
This is all, and why am I trying to give up? Like, let's be real here at the end of the day. There's like 4 teams that actually have a chance at winning in this league, and yours ain't one of them. Okay? So you might as well just give up your damn players.
Don't call it a comeback.
Oh, he just downed the tribe.
It's okay. Guess what? You know what?
It was over
4
for
points
Dave
shy
the minute,
of beating Shady Moves. 4 points because I misplayed a running back.
You know what? Close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades, and we ain't in either one of those contests right now, all right? And by the way,
are these Canadian rules?
No, this is America, okay?
It's America. You better emphasize that damn "you,"
It's
sir.
America. This America, as my daughter said when she was 2, this America, okay?
Does she have that same tone?
Yes, she did. We just watched the video last night.
Oh, God. All right. What do you say we start off with some NFL news, folks?
Oh, God. Now you're going to make me find my playlist, aren't you, Dave?
I don't want the playlist. I'm just going to go ahead and start.
Nope.
He's his own playlist.
Just don't put that stupid whammy button.
Use updates. Oh, dude, you're going to get to listen to it today because I didn't have time to change it. So it's on there again, just for your view, your listening pleasure.
But anyways, guys, the NFL news. Holy crap. There was a lot. So I only got to pick the biggies. One, Cam Newton is on IR. His foot did not heal the way he was hoping to. He's rehabbed it, went up to the doc in Green Bay, who is a foot specialist, and he said, Cam, you broke. You ain't going to get fixed. So that's word for word, too, guys. Straight from the documentary on the medical report, just for you wondering. But no, he's going on IR, and there's been talk of him possibly getting released because it would save the Panthers $19.1 million in cap next year, which means a lot more money to spend, put weapons around Kyle Allen and that defense. So you got to think, is last time as Cam as a Panther done? Do you think so, Dylan?
Man, it's really weird to think about. You know, number 1 overall draft pick, wore the number 1 jersey since he's been in the league. Oiko's commercials, always giving the ball to the kids in the
That Greek
stands after
yogurt.
every touchdown.
That's
Yeah,
what it is. Weakens the
when
bones.
to be honest, I mean, when you think of the Panthers, I mean, yeah, you think of Steve Smith, you think of Julius Peppers, you think of Luke Kuechly, but I mean, come on, you think of Cam Newton probably number one.
No Mushin Muhammad? Wow, how dare you?
I wanted to throw him in there, but that was for my homeboys.
Well, you know what?
Well, Cam should have been done years ago because I've tried to tell you guys this, and the organization is just, you know what happened with Cam Newton is that this organization has had crap quarterbacks come in around Cam Newton. So Cam has always looked like and always has been the best quarterback in the room. Problem is like I told you, Cam Newton is a 6'5" linebacker with running back skills that happens to be able to rocket the ball down the field 60 yards. He cannot throw it in tight windows consistently. He cannot complete you 60% in this league consistently. He is not his MVP season, I went back and watched 2015 he had 27 touchdowns in the air where nobody was within 5 to 10 yards of the receiver. Do you know what that tells me? It's not Cam being a great quarterback. That's a good scheme because do you know where a lot of those touchdowns went to? Two guys that aren't on the team anymore and really ain't nobody and weren't before. They made Ted Ginn Jr. look like a stalwart receiver. He was on 4 teams before that, and I think he's been on 3 since then.
And listen,
they got
don't tell me that
Kyle Allen's a real quarterback. They realized that, wow, a real quarterback can actually take the weapons that Cam went 0-8 with and win games and be competitive. This is what a actual quarterback looks like. Not an athlete that's a freak of nature that throws the ball like a damn rocket launcher. That's not a quarterback. That's a freak of nature. They call a quarterback, putting back there. Period. And that's why they're ready to move on. They found an actual quarterback. He might be a stopgap, guys. He might be. We don't know how really good he is, but what he did provide to the Panthers is the ability to finally break their ties with the guy that has been holding back this franchise since 2015 when he won the MVP. That was the exception for Cam Newton, not the rule. I've been trying to tell people about that a long time. The organization has finally figured it out, and he gone.
Well, and this might just be a case of, an exhale for the entire team now that the umbrella of Cam Newton is not on them every single game. He's not showing up to the press conferences with a scarf, dressed like he's going to the gala every day. They can actually look like a real football team and be respected now and not have him carry them over to the sideline and choose who they're going to give a ball to after they score a touchdown. They can actually play as a team. And I think Kyle Allen, he's nothing special, but he's playing well enough. Christian McCaffrey, on the other hand, is in the MVP race right now. So he's a
CMC, baby.
A very large part of this team's success, as well as those receivers are playing well. And the defense is playing much better than I expected after shifting from being 4-3 for so long, transitioning to the 3-4 and adding new faces to this team. They are playing extremely well. So, yeah, the Panthers are doing well. But don't tell me that this system of using an athletic quarterback cannot work after what we saw on Sunday night in Baltimore. If you have a premier athlete at quarterback...
Stop it now. I'm gonna cut you off right there. There is 2 major differences in Jackson versus Cam. Cam is everything I just said, which means what? His throwing is the last tool he looks to use. That is the mentality of a running quarterback, okay? He will use his athleticism and all this. That's why he doesn't complete 60%. That's why they had to scheme guys open. Baltimore has the next evolution. Now, he's not there yet, but they have the ability, and he is the next evolution of Aaron Rodgers because, like Aaron Rodgers, like Russell Wilson, he's a great athlete. He's a better athlete than those two. He has Olympic speed. His mentality, and when you watch him on tape, you can see it right away. Good footwork, good arm angles, quick release, decisive with his reads, And when he's running, he's still got